Hey, you guys, Stuart Pidlong, most target system. Let me go over a few, not a few, but let me go over some vandalism. Basic vandalism as always. Last year I bought a bunch of these spray foams, a bunch of these to foam in the top of my pontoons like these. Foaming in these gaps here, and then I'll come over with, they'll be all covered in this black plastic. I'll cut it all to fit. So, come out to use them the other day. Every one of these that were new had the nozzle stolen off of them. Brand new, still wrapped in the plastic, not touched, except the nozzles ripped off. And most of the ones that are ripped off are damaged. Like these. Damaged. Mason just picked up one over there that I just bought the other day from Home Depot. It's been outside here. It's been in the house for a day and a half. Look, conveniently put back in here. Look at that. Looks like a child has been chewing on it. That's what it looks like to me, but all broke. These were $1.68 last year when I purchased them. Now they're $3.68. Never-ending vandalism. Just never ends. It's just non-stop crap. And of course, the airplane's going to start dive bombing now. As they always do. $100 worth of lag bolts and screws and nails for the houseboat. This thing's going to be a nightmare to join together because it's so heavy. I couldn't find any bonding agent, no caulk to bond, because I wanted to do, with these pontoons, I got wood and plastic. I want to do a layer of like caulking over top of the wood and then screw it down all over, because the front, because the 8 feet out of the front of the houseboat is going to be open until I can get the roof on it, so the weather can get to it, and I don't want these pontoons filling up with water. Now they'll be full of these plastic jugs. Let me go for the people who don't remember. They'll be all full of these plastic drink jugs. Why? Because that ensures the buoyancy. So if one of these spring a leak, God forbid, if the gang stalker drill a hole, because I know it's going to happen. They're going to do anything they can to damage it, to sink my boat. I know it. That's why people are like, why would you even do that? Well, I've got contingency plans for all this. So, got all this, and almost all of them's got lids. I don't know why all of them shouldn't have lids, because I instructed my son whenever we throw stuff away to put them out here, just like I instructed him not to put trash in here. But I've got a 10-year-old that, yeah. So, we'll have that inside of here, and then these will be over top, and I'll cut them to fit. And then over top of that, we'll lay, if this is going to be outside at the porch, then I'll probably buy that Trex decking and do decking boards over top of that, just to make sure it doesn't leak. Also, if you guys recall, long-time subscribers, I've got tons of styrofoam that came from boat docks. These right here were that was on a dock as well. I cut the plastic off because it's waterlogged. It's been a while since I posted, but I got threatened had a whole bunch of hijinks go on where the cops were pissed off at me, and they used the code enforcement guy to harass me and make me sell stuff. I had a bunch of these styrofoam cubes that I'd cut up, had a bunch of them, and they were actually drying out. Everybody said, oh no, they won't dry out, they're waterlogged forever. No, they actually dried out. To my surprise, they dried out. They're not closed cell foam, so if they get wet again, they will soak up the water, but these aren't going to be wet. It's not going to get wet. So I've got all this closed cell styrofoam that has been used for years to hold up docks floating on the water. I've got 2 or 3 like that, and 3 or 4 of the blue ones. I mean, I've got plenty of it. So as I said, I'm going to stuff those full, and all these other barrels, I'm going to build the outer frame first, and then come in and fill it in the middle with these right here. I'm going to try to, if I can, leave a track down the middle and put this right here in the very middle. These are shallower, so they shouldn't be touching down into the water, but hopefully I can use that for maybe a little bit of dry storage. But yeah, this is going to be a nightmare. Combining these pontoons together and then getting them on the water is going to be a trick that I ain't figured out yet. I haven't figured it out yet. To bind them together, I don't know if I'm gonna probably get some big bolts from Home Depot that I seen. I don't know if that's gonna be the cheapest way to do it, but I'm gonna make a metal plate to go on either side, and then run a bolt through and then weld it on one side, and then what I'll do is I'll come to the other side and push the pontoon up on it, and then run the bolt up in it. I'll get them all square, exactly the same on all of them, and then butt them up together, and then tighten up them lag bolts, and then it'll compress that metal, the metal plates on either side. So that should work. I've got metal brackets, some L brackets that's going to go on these ends, one here and one here, to hold them together. They're starting to peel apart some, but I just, in my naivete, I use screws on all these pontoons, and I kept reading and studying, and they're like, screws break, nails bend. So I went and got the most affordable nails I could, and just started hammering them together. So I got these big nails here, hammering the ends to ends together, the sides together, all the way around, all the joints together, because it's got to be strong. Like I said, these right here will be the outer frame. It'll be 48 feet down one side, 48 down the other, and then I'll make another pontoon on the end. Or maybe not even a pontoon, just take a 16-footer and join them together, and then I'll fill in the middle. Like this. I've got this one. It's the first boat me and Mason built together. It was the one barrel cut in half. That one right there. I'll probably go long ways with those down the front side or the back side. The front side will have a cutout in it. That way I can pull my boat up in it and then pull down a garage door. Because I want a big garage door. Because I'm going to have, I know you guys ain't going to believe me. Nobody wants to. But I will have my Harley Davidsons on my houseboat. I'm going to build my motorcycles on my boat. I want it fully sustainable. I want it all completely off-grid. I don't want to be bothered by the world. Because this world's getting ready to get a lot crazier. Mason, are you not still getting this stuff up, dude? I'm fighting a battle. Because everybody says to medicate him, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to put him on these freaking dangerous drugs. Because they just create addicts. That's what created the DNA in that body, and I don't want to do that. I'm fighting that with all my might. So we got a bunch of nuts and bolts and screws, and we'll have a lot more. Is that one open?
Yes.
I'm gonna leave it open. I'm gonna nail a couple of these together. Man, you guys have a good day. I'll get back with you later.